All right, so why don't you, James, introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about what life was like for you before you started working with me in here.
My name's James Elam, and I was a university professor and part-time ski instructor, and I was teaching a class and helping one of my students that was in a precarious situation. I saw danger. I had really great spatial awareness and situational awareness, and I saw an accident about to happen, and I swooped in to get him out of danger, and I took a hit really hard, and it knocked me unconscious. And when I came to, had to kick my skis off, and the kids were pretty, it was traumatic for them, and I saw my leg was dislocated, and things didn't go good because I had all this brain fog. I was confused and I was really in pain, and I just wanted to go home. I didn't fill out the paperwork, which I was working, and so it caused a lot of problems, and I didn't even know that I had a brain injury. But then things just got worse and worse for me, and from my memory, my anxiety and anxiousness and jumping to anger really fast, just getting mad, and that was not who I was ever. I'm really, to my core, patient and kind, and that was it was like a looking outside of myself, and the best I can explain, like a shadow, not me, and I felt so disconnected with myself. And it was really depressed. It caused me such depression and fear, and brought me to maybe the lowest I've ever been in my life. And through this, it caused much disruption. Now it's 2.5 years later. It's caused so much disruptions with my family, with my children, with my wife, to the point that I was asked to leave and living in a camper. And we're talking about the lowest of lows here. And then reconciling with my wife and going to counseling and doing things to help strengthen our marriage and relationship, despite the issues I was having inside my head. She found Dr. Benjamin Pupo, and she asked me, I think before this she called him, and he really took the time to talk to her and to learn more about what was happening with me. And I want to tell you the opposite of this is the state insurance fund sent me they sent me to visit a doctor that came from Wisconsin, and I'm in Idaho, and he did everything he could with these tests that were neuropsychology tests. And at the end of that, he said I was feigning these things, that I was making these symptoms up. I can tell you that I didn't make these symptoms up, and when I came and met with Dr. Pupo, he was able to analyze me in such an objective way, put goggles on my eyes, and he was looking at what my pupils were doing. And it was amazing, because for the first time someone was actually showing me why I was having these problems that I was having, and showing me why I was not walking right. I couldn't even remember how to walk, and I couldn't remember how to walk. I didn't feel like I was inside my body, and I was just lost. And that first visit with him, he gave me so much information that answered so many of the things that I was going through. And then he recommended a 12-week intensive program. I'm at the end of my first week, and I can tell you that on the first day, amazing things happened. On the very first day, going and doing these exercises with my eyes, stimulating my vagus nerve, and doing resets of myself, resetting myself in a way that I didn't feel like the shadow anymore. I felt like I was here, and that was amazing that I could be back here again.
Awesome, James. Well, now that you've completed this first week of this process here, tell me something that you're looking forward to, say, moving forward, and if you would recommend this process for others.
Well, To answer your question, Dr. Pupo, of moving forward and what I'm looking for and what I gained in this first week is, number one, like I said, I'm more myself again, and I really learned to walk again, and I got my James Elam swagger back. Instead of the pirate peg leg walk, I was James Elam again, and that was, oh, what can you imagine that in even 1 day or even 5 days dramatic change from being at the lowest to being, wow, it's possible I could be back. And I like that saying that I'm back, because I can see light in the future. I can see that I can be back, and that's really exciting. And that's what Dr. Pupo did for me, is showed me that there is a path forward, and it's a path of success and light.
So you would recommend this to other people in the same position as you or similar?
So I'm asked the question if I would recommend this to other people, and what I can say is I searched for all the apps. I went on YouTube and I looked for people going through similar things to me, and I went to Amazon and typed in TBI help, TBI apps, and I just searched and searched, and I didn't find a lot of things that could help me. And you know, the thing is Dr. Pupo, on the very first day, even in just our consultation, helped me, but the first real day on the ground together, he helped me so much. And I would highly recommend this to anyone who's had a concussive event, a TBI, or any concussive event. And it doesn't have to be that your head was hit. In my case, my head was hit, but it was actually just the whiplash, the severe whip of my head going back. So I would think anyone that has a sports injury or a car accident or anything that your neck has been whipped or your head has been hit, he can help you. If you're having any of the symptoms, if you're having the anxiousness, the foggy mind, the instability, the imbalance, the depression, the nausea, all the things that I experience, he can help you with those things. And Dr. Pupo is the one that you need to visit.